Hey. Hey, thanks for watching the video or clicking, whatever. This is a intuitive look on how I feel, where I say the most inflammatory things that I think are true and without proof. So if you want to watch, please keep watching. Beware. When they start talking about the aliens, they're already starting to talk about aliens. They're not fucking aliens. There's no one coming down into the dome. If they are orbs. They're orbs. They look like lymph. They look like luminous lymph balls of light. Those come from outside the dome. But the aliens that they're going to try to introduce, these aliens, they've been here. They're called interdimensional beings, and they've been here. Literally, they're demons. They're demons that have existed in this plane that we cannot see. And the U.S. government has been colluding with them to get their technology, get their magic, any kind of knowledge that they have, and giving them a body, a host body, a homunculus to stay in, whilst they fuck around with all of this technology, going around trying to harvest people's energy, raping people in their sleep, and doing just a bunch of fucking debauchery. And you might say, well, no, the U.S. government is not going to. Yes, it would. Your whole fucking cabinets, all your fucking people, officers and agents, special agents that are all in high-ranking positions, they've been there for decades, and they've passed on their knowledge to either avid racists, avid people who are prejudiced, or demons themselves, okay? Literally. And they are all corrupt. They are all con artists. And they're all trying to just like do this skeevy shit. So like I said, when they start talking about the aliens, they're not good. First of all, they're not good. Second of all, interdimensional beings are pieces of fucking shit. Okay? They come from dilapidated star systems. They come from dilapidating star systems, and you have to ask yourself, if an interdimensional being left their star system because they have no sun, they're losing their sun, they come from worlds that are Nibiru's. They come from Nibiru's, and they are in a dilapidated state because they are Nephilim. You have to ask yourself, why the fuck are they here? Because their world is dying. And the reason why it's dying is because they killed off all their native indigenous, and their sun gave up on them. That's why their world is dying. Their reality is dying. Oh my God. And of course, the U.S. government and all governments are colluding with them because they got that infestation of demonic entity in them too. It's some sick shit going on here. It goes down to the fake Star of David principality and Epstein and Ghislaine and what they were trying to find in DNA and Trump and his family and the Masons. It goes all the way fucking back 6,000 years since they first created a homunculus. I'm not getting into this right now. Listen, this is what the fuck I said, okay? When they start talking about them aliens and shit, they ain't it. They ain't it. They've always been here. They're the aliens, like the Pleiades, the Era, the fucking Venusians. They're rapists. They harvest people's energy and try to co-opt their like life force to live their lives, to live the people that they're harvesting from their lives. That's why when you see a lot of people like the Greys, when they were abducting motherfuckers, they mostly abducted the white people because they needed tissue to survive. They needed a homunculus body to see if they can transplant their consciousness into, and they couldn't do it because they were too far gone. Do you see what I'm saying? They're pushing this alien agenda, right? And they're not aliens. Nothing besides orbs can come here from outside of the dome. Nothing. You are either in, like, we're sharing realities with other domes, and there are portals. There are portals, and usually the people who are leaving their worlds and looking to leave their worlds, they're coming from a dilapidated world. They're coming from worlds that don't have suns. Do you see what I'm saying? And the governments of the world, and by the world I mean the Caucasoidal governments, the ones that lack melanin, those governments, including China, they're colluding and trying to get as much technology and as much knowledge, as much as espionage, so that they can rule the world too. Like they're all in it together. First of all, they're all in it together. They're all in it together. Listen, I'm gonna talk more about this soon. Just know that when they talk about these aliens coming down, it's not aliens coming down, okay? They do have an enemy, though. Those orbs are real. Those orbs come from somewhere else. Those orbs are like a manifestation of what the stars are coming down here. And they're here to, they disrupt electromagnetic... and they affect the electromagnetism in the air. They create storms. They affect frequency. The orbs have the power to do that. The demons, they have no fucking power. All they have is the fucking astral realm when they go to sleep. And they terrorize people when they're in there. So that's why a lot of people, when they have dreams of these fucking beings coming into them and raping them in their sleep and shit like that. That shit is real. That shit is fucking real. They're sick like that. And the U.S. government is colluding with them. And you're going to say, oh, no. Because you need to believe. You have a cognitive dissonance. And you need to believe that your government is for you. Probably because you're white. Okay? You need to believe that your government... No, it would never happen like that. No. You don't know shit. Okay? Most of you don't. You don't know shit. Most of you are still being played against each other left and right. Oh, Republican and Democrat. We're beyond that right now. They're on their end game right now, and they don't have a lot of time, so they're crunching it out. They just used CERN, too. I'm not even going to get into it. They just used CERN 2 weeks ago, or a week ago. I'm not even going to get into it.